Okay, this is a story about my dad's younger brother Hector. My dad had eight brothers and sisters. My dad was the oldest. After my dad came, I think Olivia and Irma, and then Arnold, and then Hector, and then Alvia, and then Priscilla, and then Gary. Wait, is there some missing? Oh, and there was Diana, and my dad. Yeah. Okay, so it was my dad, Diana, Olivia, Irma, Arnold, Hector, Priscilla, and Gary. And my dad was the oldest. So that was nine. Gary was a baby. He was just a little bit older than me, like 3 years older than me. So when Hector was going from junior high to high school, his counselor seduced him, and she had 20 something kids, like 22 kids, and he had two kids with her. And I remember him hanging around with some of her kids who were a little older than him, and it was crazy. She was his high school counselor, like ninth grade counselor, and she had two kids with him. One was named Hector. That's your guys' oldest half brother. His name's Hector, and the mother was Connie. She ended up having almost 30 kids. Yeah. There's pictures of her. My dad had pictures of her. They're somewhere in our pictures. Angel might have those pictures. She had 20 something kids 22 or 24 kids when she met Hector, and she seduced him and had two kids with him and had a long relationship with him. That was my Uncle Hector. Here's something you don't know, maybe. So Hector called your mom Muggsy, and she came with her sister to LA one time, and I had a motorcycle, and I drove her all around LA on my motorcycle, and I liked her. I liked her a lot. And one time when Hector was going to visit Muggsy, I asked if I could go, and because I wanted to go visit Muggsy's sister. I can't remember her name, but I liked her, and I went with Hector, and she didn't want to have anything to do with me. Well, I had a mad crush on her, but when I went to go visit her, she was like, go away, little boy. I think I was like 17 or 18, and maybe I was 19. Anyway, that's some more about Hector. One time, I must have been about 8, I guess. We were having a party, and your dad, Hector, came to the party all wasted, and my dad beat him up. He beat him to a bloody pulp. I remember Hector crying for mercy. No, no, stop. And I seen my dad just beating him up, man. Boom, boom, boom. He was all bloody. My dad beat him up real bad. My dad was like the law, man. If you crossed his path, he would mess you up, man. He beat up Hector bad. Anyway, what else do I know about Hector? I worked for him. He did masonry, and he needed help, and I was like, I'll work. So he hired me. He paid me. I worked hard, and he paid me decent money, and I was like, yeah, that was cool. I learned a little bit about how to make block walls and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. So I went with him to Arizona on the way back. I gave him mushrooms. I had mushrooms with me. I must have been about 19. I gave him mushrooms, and we were coming back from Arizona, and he's like, "These don't do nothing, man." And then he's looking out the window, and he looks at the sun. He goes, "Ah, it's so beautiful! Oh my God!" I start laughing. I'm like, "Yeah, those mushrooms don't do nothing, do they?" And he starts laughing, and then pretty soon we can't stop laughing. And he was like, "Yeah, okay, I see. Those are pretty cool." So me and your dad did mushrooms together. Hector, I think I had pot too. Mushrooms and pot. Yeah, I must have been about 19. That's when I used to sell mushrooms and pot. Uh, what else? What else can I remember about Hector? He had a truck. I remember one time when we took you guys to Disneyland. You guys were little kids. He just drove you, and I didn't go with you guys. I just drove in the truck with you because I wanted to be near Muggsy's sister. I can't remember her name, but I had a big crush on her, man. I think we made out a little bit, but it didn't go too far. She was like, "I got a boyfriend." She was cheating on her boyfriend with me in LA. I had a motorcycle, so I don't blame her. I was exciting and sexy. Uh, what else can I tell you? Mary was a good cook. Uh, my dad, he was like the king of the whole family. He kept everyone together. When my dad died, everyone exploded. Everyone just left, scattered, including myself. My sister is the only one who stayed. My dad, my mom left. I left. Priscilla. Uh, I think Irma and Olivia stayed, but like no one else was there. So, but yeah, the whole family just scattered. Hector left. Uh, mm, anyway, I wish we weren't together. It was so nice when we were all together. When my dad was alive, he kept us all together. We we would. I don't know how it was, but we would spend time together, and it was great. Yeah, it was great. And I see everyone on Facebook, and I miss everyone. I wish we could be together.